Greetings, everyone, and welcome to another Live in the Rise. We are here again today. It is after the storm. Hurricane Erin has passed over us. We are blessed. All my church family, thank you for all your words of power, because the word is powerful. Remember, the word was manifested. In the beginning was the word, and it became flesh and walked among us and was crucified, because the words were truth, and truth is not very easily accepted. So anyway, we are here today on Monday. It's the 18th. We're a little bit after the hour. It's about 20 minutes or so after the hour, but we are here, and I'm thankful because we have the word of the day. We have the word of the day today, and we have our verse of the day today coming from Philippians chapter 1, verse 21. So we're going to get started right out the gate, everybody, because I am getting ready to leave, getting ready for my after school program. First of all, I'm getting that set up. I want to get that set up, and I want to get people who are interested in real after school programs to speak to me, because we're going to be doing it face to face Monday through Friday, this coming Monday today to Friday, and then we're going on virtual after that. So I'll be available for questions and to support children in that way. So I don't have much time. So I wanted to start with our verse of the day. And our verse of the day, as I said, is coming from Philippians chapter 1, verse 21. So let's look that up, okay? Thanks for liking the video.
Verse of the day. Verse of the day. Verse of the day.
Okay, verse of the day. Ready for it? Are you sitting?
Verse of the day.
Wait a minute. Are you ready for the verse of the day?
Verse of the day.
It's the verse of the day. Philippians chapter 1, verse 21.
Verse of the day.
So there's 21 people watching right now. So the verse today is verse 21. So, and it's from chapter 1 of Philippians. Okay? Let's see. Philippians, for those of you who are looking for Philippians is between, is right before Proverbs. Is right before the book of Proverbs, right after the book of Philemon. So it's right there. Philippians, okay? Philippians speaks of living in righteousness. So those who live in righteousness, they're going to live in, to live is to live for righteousness, in other words. And even to leave the earth is a gain. You're gaining something when you leave the earth. People get attached to material things, and they are afraid to leave the earth. They're afraid to, they're just greedy and grab. But according to Philippians chapter 1, verse 21, to live is Christ. To live is righteousness. To live is goodness and mercy and love and kindness, forgiveness, long suffering, all of that. That is what for I is life. Loving to do good, loving to be respectful, loving to be honest, Sometimes I'm brutally honest and people don't like it. So I have to find an approach in my truth that it is going to be comforting truth and not bashing someone or putting them down. Lifting them up is the place to be. So it's important to look at our lives according to Philippians chapter 1 verse 21. To live is to live in for righteousness. And those of you who are in my Bible challenge, okay? Hi Chabantha. When honesty, when another person is not honest, it speaks about them. They're telling you who they are without even really saying it because they're not being truthful. Okay? I am dealing with a situation where the person is not truthful, right? And it can cause some separation. Like I don't want to be part of that narrative, right? Oh, my friend is calling. I will have to call. Okay. My friend is calling from Alabama. So I will call her in a few minutes. But yes, it's good when you have people who are honest and forthcoming. My friend is that way. And I love that because it's so hard to find. It's rare to find honest people. According to Chabanthi on my live now, it's hard to find honest people. So when you do, you want to keep them. You want to nourish the friendship. You want to nourish the relationship with honesty and truth. People play games. Cardi B has a song called Outside. And she was hurt. You know, the person she was with cheated on her, went with someone else. Has happened to me. And Outside is a song she created to say that's where you're going to stay. You're going to be outside because that's what you went and got an outside book, right? You stay outside. So in the book of Philippians, yeah, we're talking about Cardi B and Philippians at the same time. She was onto something because to her to live is truth. That's what Christ is. That's what Jesus is. Truth, the light, and the way, right? And that's where we want to be. And to leave, to be unalive is gain. Meaning that when someone passes away, look at the parrot. When someone passes away, hi! When someone passes away, we're supposed to be happy that they have released the burden and they are, they have gained something. So while we are alive, we have to make it count, right? So we have to make it count. Look at the parrots. You guys have to see this. You have to see this. They're in the tree. It's a bunch of them. They're listening to my song. Everybody see that? Look at the parrot. Ooh, they're beautiful. You can't really see them that well. There they are, everybody. Yeah. So yeah, that's my friends. I have bird friends. My bird friends are some of my best friends because they have wings, and I love winged creatures. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 6 of them up there. 7. Oh my goodness. They're beautiful. So that's my point right there. Living is a beautiful thing because we are surrounded by creation. We're surrounded by the presence of God. And when we hold life as a precious gift, we're more likely to let it go once that time comes and we are transitioning to another place and time that is gain. We have gained something. So the verse today, Philippians chapter 1, verse 21, is very appropriate in terms of our words today. And our word today is guidance. Guidance. So guidance is our word today. Let's get to our word today, shall we?
It's the word of the
Guidance.
day. It's the word of the day. It's the word of the day. It's the word of the day. Word of the day. Word of the day.
So the word today,
It's the word
it's on a
of
loop.
the day.
It's on a loop, y'all.
It's the word of the day.
Okay, there, I stopped it from being
It's
looping.
the word of the day.
It's the
word of the day. Word of the day. Word of the day.
So the word of the day today is guidance. And it's being ushered in today by Psalm 143 verse 8. So it's brought to us today by Psalm 143 verse 8. Psalm 143 verse 8 speaks of let I and I listen to God's steadfast love in the rise. This is what we're doing. Blessed rise. Hi, J-Dub in the house. Mwah. Hi, my love. In the rise, Psalm 143 verse 8 is talking about listening to that steadfast love in the rise. This is what I try to share in the rise. For in each of you, or for in that righteousness, I put trust. I trust in that goodness according to Philippians chapter 1 verse 21. To live is righteous and to die is gain. Okay? So in Psalm 143 verse 8, we see this manifestation of an action of listening to the steadfast love in the rise. So when people get up in the rise and they're cursing, they're fussing, they're complaining, they're arguing, they're fighting, you're giving your words to the enemy. Don't do that. Listen to the steadfast love of the righteousness of righteous in the rise. For in you I put my trust. In righteousness I put trust. So someone said, what happens when somebody is lying to you? What do you do then? You don't trust. You trust the righteousness of a person. People are going to tell you untruths. Don't trust the untruth. Trust the righteousness that that person has. They may lie. They may tell you something because they want something. However, you stand for truth and righteousness will be attained. Okay, this is a little too tight here. Let's see. Righteousness will be attained. So Psalm 143, that guidance that's mentioned is that steadfast love in the rise. Because that is what you put your trust. My son woke up this rise with a F-bomb curse word. And I'm like, I put my trust in righteousness. You need to wake up again in the right side of the room or the right side of the bed and be kind. So I ask in this Psalm 143 verse 8 to teach I and I the way I and I should go. For to righteousness I lift up my life. Not to my children, to my spouse, to my significant other, to my job, to anything else. But I lift up my life to righteousness. That's where my life is lifted up to. And when I see individuals that are not lifting up themselves to that, I will love them from a distance, but I will not impart or partake with individuals who is not listening to the steadfast love in the rise. They're listening to whatever music, I don't know what it is, bitch, hold, this, that, want to shoot you up, whatever you want to listen. I don't want that. I want to hear the steadfast love in the rise, my bird friends. For in that righteousness, in that steadfast love, I put trust. I trust that steadfast love will be enduring always. And then the next part of the Psalm 143 verse 8 speaks of teach. I'm a teacher. I teach. I teach infants all the way up to university students. I am asking to teach I the way I should go, because I have others that I teach. So I'm asking for that guidance. Yes, J-Dove, guidance and protection is very important. That's our word today, guidance. So I'm asking that steadfast love to teach I the way I should go. I want to learn from love. I want to learn from kindness. I want to learn from goodness. I want to learn from mercy. I want to learn from long suffering. I want to learn from forgiveness. I want to learn from kindness, from patience, serenity, tranquility. I want to learn from those things. They have the precious knowledge that I need to journey on my journey, especially in this world that I'm not of. I'm in this world, but I'm not of it. Okay. Where can you get some air conditioned AC cool break? I can't. There's none. It's hot. I'm in a sauna. One day it's not going to be like this. Everything changes, believe it or not. 2 are in the bed. Now there's 1 in the bed. 1 in the bed. Now there's going to be 2 in the bed. That things change. So you may be booed up with someone. You're booed up. You're in the bed with them, getting up every day. One day that's not going to be the case. So that's why you appreciate your alone time being by yourself, because one day you're not. You're going to be with your person or whoever, you know. So the word guidance today, heeding divine guidance, makes me unstoppable. When you heed divine guidance, when you listen to the divinity of yourself, within yourself, that is the power of God. God cannot be God without the manifestation of love within you. That's how God is exists in the. That's why they speak of being the presence of God, presence of love, kindness, mercy, long suffering, the whole 9 yards, right? So let's read what the word guidance is bringing us today. It is so much easier to walk with the wind at my back. I feel supported and propelled in the direction I choose to travel. Divine guidance is as the wind at my back. Divine guidance is the nudge I feel urging me to keep along my path. The affirmative nod from within that I am indeed moving in the right direction, and the ease I feel when my efforts are supported. I feel the presence of God when I feel in tandem with my guidance. I strengthen my awareness of the divine connection as I pray and spend time in silence, in the silence. So that meditative state of silence gives us that connection to that inner communication of righteousness that's within each of I and I. I trust my guidance will keep flowing to me as my intuition and inspiration. So that's what I trust, right? And that trust, according to Psalm 143 verse 8, that's bringing us this word today, guidance, that's where you put your trust. My trust is in that presence. I trust my guidance will keep flowing to me as my intuition and inspiration. You have been in tuned and inspired, and through serendipity, I affirm, repeat after me, I am divinely guided and abundantly blessed. I am divinely guided and abundantly blessed. I am divinely guided and abundantly blessed. This is the affirmation today. That is facts, J Dove. Thank you so much for joining. This has been Live in the Rise. We're 20 minutes in. I have to go set up a table and get ready for the day. Selling some of my oils. I'm going to go live and you can tune in and see. But the weather has shifted. The storm has moved on and it's left behind a cool breeze. Even though I have my fan, electricity has returned, so we're good to go. And I am thankful for the Bible Study Challenge. Those of you who are in the Bible Study Challenge, we're in the book of Ezekiel, chapter 16, verse 19. This is parables of judgment for Judah, parable of the unfaithful wife, parable of the eagles. These are graphic lessons, proverbs of the sour grapes, picture of the lioness, and Ezekiel continues his dual message of horror and hope. Okay, like an unfaithful wife, God's people have gone after other gods. So an unfaithful wife is someone who goes outside, like Cardi B said, outside, that's what an unfaithful wife is. They go outside to another person. This is what is being equated with God's people. God's people have gone after other gods, like an unfaithful wife. They have committed spiritual adultery and prostituted their privileged position. Okay? But God's love remains ever faithful for the objects of God's delight. Using illustrations drawn from nature, the prophet portrays the reasons for God's coming discipline and gives the sobering reminder: the one who sins is the one who will die. The one who sins is the one who will die. That's why I tell children, don't disrespect your parents. You're digging a hole for yourself that you're going to fall into and not be able to come out of. My first son, this has happened to him. So in the Bible challenge, this is serious. When I say about the Bible challenge, this changes people's lives. You decide when you read the Bible in chapter 18 of Ezekiel, the word of the Lord came to Ezekiel. What do you people mean by quoting this proverb about the land of Israel? The parents eat your sour grapes, and the children's teeth are set on edge. So here we go in the book of Ezekiel chapter 18. Suppose he has a violent son who sheds blood or does any of these other things, though the father has done none of them. He eats at the mountain shrines. He defiles his neighbor's wife. He oppresses the poor and needy. He commits robbery. He does not return what he took in pledge. He looks to the idols. He does detestable things. He lends at interest and takes a profit. So will such a man live? Will such a person live? Will such a person live? He will not. Because he has done all these detestable things, he is to be put to death. His blood will be on his own head. So it doesn't pay. Hey, Sania, how are you, my love? It doesn't pay to sin. That's why it's written, go and sin no more. Jesus told the woman, she said, what can I do? What can I do? He said, go and sin no more. That's it. In words, in actions, in thoughts, don't sin. So that's why when people greet me with hello, I say to myself, hell is low. I don't want to go. And I'm not going with you because you use these words. Hell is low. Morning is death. Good morning is death. Greetings, blessed rise. Hi, how are you? Top of the morning, top of the rise. See, you get programmed into saying these words. So when we talk about sin, we talk about it in terms of not just words, okay? Hey, Chawa, how are you, my love? Blessed rise to you. Mwah. You have been missing for some time. I'm glad you're here. Welcome. Thanks for joining. Thanks for liking the video. Thank you for tuning in and subscribing to this channel. So though I'm talking about the Bible challenge that we're in, those of you who are reading the Bible with me, okay, the words of Ezekiel, it's nice to see you too, Chawa. Thank you so much for joining and for being here. Oh my goodness, that means so much to me. Because according to Psalm 143 verse 8 that brought in our word today, guidance, it's talking about let me hear of your steadfast love in the rise. So I love that. We are in the rise and we are talking about the steadfast love of goodness, mercy, and kindness. So the Bible challenge, it's calling on people to change their ways. Change your ways. So it's time. Time is no more. All we have left is our goodness and mercy and love, kindness, and our ability to forgive, our ability to be patient, and our ability to show that we have been called children of the most righteous of righteous, children of God. People call people names but the child of God. So let's call each other that instead of calling each other bad names, okay? Thank you so much for joining. Have a blessed, beautiful day, and remember to stand in love, don't fall in love. Take good care. Chant a summer day. Take good care, everyone. Remember, stand in love, don't fall in. Love you all. See you next time, live in the rise.